Nah, man.
Kills me every time I leave, that's why I always visit. Wear my heart on my sleeve and I ain't ever hit it.
We are good to go, gentlemen.
So can you tell us your name first?
My name's Duane, Bellamy.
And how long have you lived in that side?
All my life, apart from 4 or 5 years that my mum spent in London with me and my big brother, all my life.
Just direct the answers to me. Yeah. So how old are you?
I'm 44.
44, so 44 years in that side.
Yeah.
So can you just tell us a little bit what it was like growing up in that side?
Growing up was, at the beginning, was good. It was good. Life was, as a little kid, football was the main thing. I was very good at it. So yeah, life was just all football. Then as I started to get towards the later 10, 11, 12s, kind of started taking, when I say I turned for the worse, just different. It weren't as innocent as what it started off being.
What do you think happened to you at that age? It changed?
Life circumstances, but what I didn't really understand at the time, if that makes sense, because like I seen things that I couldn't really like get my head around, because I'd think, wow, that's my man, he's cool, I've grown up with him all my life. You get what I'm saying? He's not ever done anything. Seen him like might get beat up. In fact, that was the first time going school. I was actually going school, primary school. Me and my big brother and two other brothers, and a car pulled up and they jumped out and they battered him. Just him on his own, not his brother. Didn't even look at us. Just battered the guy on the way to school. I thought, wow. That was the first probably thing where you just, the kind of kid I was anyway, like I'd analyse it like, right, why was that? But you couldn't really ask him because he was older. Didn't even think to ask my brother at the time. I was just like, I weren't scared though, I won't lie, because as a kid growing up I had a lot of scraps, so, and that's all it was like unfair scrap, but it was a fight, just got decked by a group of lads. So yeah, that was like a kind of first ever changing of the hood. Then my good friend, 2 years later, he got shot and killed. And then that was just like a wow. That took my head, to be fair, because I was actually in his house waiting for him. Him and two other friends, they went to the shop and they never came back. And we used to play in this exact part, me and him and a load of others growing up. But he never came back. Just the two brothers came back. Said he's been shot. By the time we got back to the shop with his mum, it's just a mess. And I won't forget that. At all for the rest of my life. And then that was like, again, the kind of kid I am. Well, teenager now, aren't I? But I want to know, like, why, what was, because again, I know him now. This was a friend I grew up with, I played it. It's not bad. He weren't tough or anything, he didn't get into nothing, so I couldn't get my head around it.
Was he just completely not involved?
Not involved. When I say not involved now, because it's mad growing up. And again, I didn't see this because I knew people from what would be both sides of the spectrum, but there was a spectrum, a border, and people on this side, which was some of my friends, I seen them get pressured by people older than us who wouldn't pressure me.
When you say pressure to do what?
No, not to do things, just physically bullying them. Like one time I was with my friend and we was actually going from over these sides across the borders, And as we cut down what's now, what have they changed it to? It used to be Crosscliff, where you can just go straight down at the back where the powerhouse is, straight across Princess Road, straight down that path. There's about 5 of us, 3 of them on motorbikes. The biggest one out of them said, "Oh, your brother owes me money," to my mate. Punched him up. Like, he's 14. He's 14, just getting ready to be 15. These guys though, but it's weird because them times there, you're thinking certain people are like 10 years older than you, but then when you're doing your thing and growing up, man are only like 4 or 5 years older than you, but it seems, because they're out there in it, they're on the roads or whatever, so it seems like these man are, like I say, big man to you. Punched him up, and again that was another head thing for me, like, 'cause I had a big brother, and my friend there, I knew him well, but I knew who his brother was, but I didn't know what kind of stuff his brother got into. So it had me thinking, like, so what if my big brother owes someone money out there? Is someone liable to come to me and, "Oh, your brother owes me money," and punch me up? So then I'm going, my friend's over on the other side of the border now. They're trying to tell me stuff that I wouldn't believe because I'm not seeing it. And the little things that I had seen, I'm not putting it down to what they're telling me. But these were living it before me. So these are telling me, "Yo, this is what's going on," and rare. So I'm like, all right. But like I say, don't believe it because I know these people. I see them every day. I live over here. Again, another major point to me that definitely scarred me is when my brother got killed. Now, when I say my brother, my mum had 6 of us. And that was my big brother who I was going to school with. That's my mum's son. But my dad, also I've got siblings through my dad, and I had an older brother. And again, he used to come to my mum's house. There's that family politics, but he used to come to my house. My mum told us who it was, weren't my dad. "This is your big brother." And he was just normal as pie, normal as day, you know. Not like my other big brother, because obviously me and him grew up, but just how I'd expect somebody to be. And when he got killed, they say it's on the day before my birthday, the 29th of April, but when you do the logistics of it and that, it was definitely after 12 o'clock, so that was the 30th of April, that's when my birthday is. So my 16th birthday, that's what I got greeted to, coming home from school thinking I'm gonna have a party. Got told that the big brother's dead. Now at the time, it hurt me. I was with one of my good friends who I've grown up with from Macaulay Street. Mine and his birthday's on the same day. So he was with me, like, "Are you alright?" and that. And I remember I was hurt, but I wouldn't say as hurt as if it was my brother who I'd lived with, but I was still hurt, like, again, because I was that kind of person, like, why? This guy never even acts like he was tough or anything, so, and this is gonna hurt me, this. He didn't, how everyone else died back in the day, my brother didn't die like that. He didn't get shot. So that was, like I say, at the time, if my mum was still alive, she'd probably tell you more because she's seen the change in me. I was angry from that point. With who, I still didn't know, I weren't fully sure who with, but I was just angry from being that cheerful kid that played football and just wanted to play football. Now I've got an anger in me. I'm aggressive even when I'm playing football now. It's a different kind of, there's aggression on top of the skill set. So again, mum, what was brother into and that, my mum was trying to do all that kind of stuff. Oh, you need to go. Now at this stage, again now I'm more around my friends who are on this side of the border, But again, I've got family members and friends on the other side, and they're again in my head like, no, you need to get with the program, this is what's happened, and this is them people. And I'm like, are you being serious? So I've had to like go. I'm asking my mum saying, listen, you need to, going back to London. I'm not going back to London. I'm not even doing that. You need to go back to London, you're going back to London. So I'm saying, no, put my foot down, like, no, I can't do that. So, saying, right, okay, but we're gonna monitoring you. For like, when I say monitoring me, it felt like everywhere from school, someone would pick me up from school. I'm in secondary school now, I've left now, I'm 16, you get me? But she'd still let me out. Like I say, I'm chilling with my friends still, but now, I'm more alert because I'm one of them people, so I know that some of my friends, when I say badness, just the usual, as in selling drugs, it's still, I'm not calling it a gang, but I can see the divide. For me, I'm just with the people I've grown up with in it all my life. I seen yous when I went over there or when yous come over here, but I grew up with these more. But at this stage, I'm aware now, so one time I'm at my cousin's come and sat me down, and like they've kind of like, I suppose, shown me everything from there, like, yo, this is what's happened, and this is, and by then, obviously, after when my brother got killed, that's when Musaida's, that was the first killing that started off everything that happened up to that point. I wouldn't say now because I don't, what's going on now, which is a shame and a madness, but I don't really put it to this.
So what year would that been?
That my brother got killed.
So you say that's when you think it started? What?
As in the actual, yes, the actual killings and yeah.
Can you remember?
I would say that. God of blur. And when I say that to you, it's even mad because it was his birthday the other day. It would have been 55. And he was at the graveside. And that's what I was saying to my dad. I was like, there's not even, other than his name and that, there's no what year we got killed. You know, like what's like on my mum's headstone, it's got her date of birth and the year she got killed. So even just a stranger going to that grave, they can look at it and, you know, do your maths and that. But he said that's how the mum done it on purpose. So that, I mean, I suppose it's hard for her. I look at, again, I pictured me, like, wow, what if that happened to me? Would my mum be able to cope? She's got another 5 of us. My brother's mum, that was it, just the one son. She's still about now, she's still about on the side. But you can see the pain just itched on her face, just like a lot of people. Just like, I'm not going to sit here and, but I would say, from my brother's death, that's when, and it ain't even Gooch got it in them times, it was Gooch and Pepperell in it. That's what, bam. And then things just happened from there. I was aware of, from that I knew everything, what was going on there. I knew everything.
So then how long before it started to get dangerous for you?
Again, I done my whole, after we came back to Manchester from London when the riots happened in London, that PC Blake lot, yeah? And it was funny because my mum's like, no, I can't do this, we're going back to Manchester. Came back to Manchester, as we're coming down Princess Road, back into the hood, there's all firing everywhere, there's riots in my side. Like, wow, this is what you brought us back to, you took us out the fire into the frying pan. So yeah, it was mad. So yeah, after that I lived my whole life, Barnum Street, 41 Barnum Street, first house that we had when we came back was Salisbury Street, number 13 Salisbury Street, right over there. And life was good. By this time though, I fully know, like, I know everything what's going on, but life was still good for me and not dangerous up until my mum left Barnell Street and we moved to Longside. We moved to Longside, yeah, from Woodside to Longside.
That feels like you came out of the frying pan into the fire.
Right, but at that time, there was no trouble. So when we first left from Woodside to go there, everything was hunky dory. I always say to people that, like, when people say, oh, where's the best place that you lived with your mum, I say Longside. It's the hottest, the most dangerous, but that was the best time. I loved it. My mum was, that's the happiest I've seen my mum. Probably the happiest I've seen my siblings. I was happy, definitely happy. This stage I'm on the road now, fully on the road, but money's making, life's good, yeah. I always say Longside is the best place. But yeah, living in Longside, and you're probably gonna ask me what year that was, in it. I know I was about 18, 19 when my mum moved Longside. And we stayed there. And you know what's mad? I was gonna say, I thought it was me I was gonna say, but no, it weren't me. It was something else that happened with one of my little brothers, nothing to do with no gangs or nothing. Why we left Longside. Because I left home, I left my mum's house when she lived in Longside and went and stayed at my cousin's in Rusholme. And that was just because, as you asked me, dangerous, a few incidents came to home, to my mum's house. And I was like, nah, and a few things that my mum seen that I didn't want her to see. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Like, from there, I made the conscious decision and said, you know what, Mum, I'm going to move out your house. She weren't happy with it, because you're never happy, especially, and now she knows what her son's up to, but in the end, like, I shown her, like, Mum, look, this is happening there, like, it's only because of you why certain, so yeah, because I wouldn't have. So she was like, all right, and that was me. So yeah, from there I was in Rusholme, but I was practically in Longside every day because that's where I grafted. So I was in Longside every day, and that was my dangerousest period in life, where things, like I say, about 3 incidents at my mum's house. And that was on Bletchley Close where we lived. So I never forget it. Like I say, nice. Yo, I loved it, loved Longside, but 3 incidents there at my mum's house. And yeah, that's when life really, got frightening for me.
So, I'm curious to know, like, it sounds like you kind of got involved because you witnessed a few things. And was it because you wanted to be strong enough to retaliate, or was it because you saw these things and you didn't want them for yourself, so therefore you had to play away? What was it?
For me, I'd say my main thing, I would say, was my brother, being honest. And then, because I was a person, how can I put it? Even now when I've made now, like from when my mum's moved from Woodside and we've gone Longside, at this stage now, I'm fully with my cousins now. Still see my friends who I've grown up with, but like my everyday friends who I was growing up with, and mum was telling me, oh, this and this and this. I weren't seeing them no more. I don't see them now. So I would say, because even then when I'm with my cousins and that now, I'm not necessarily with the pack. I'm a person that was still on my own. I was with her, after when I've done that, I was with a lot of older people. And it kind of came at a good time as well when the transition, because that's when we had the truce, the first truce. So it was all, and remember, everyone knew each other growing up. It was only because of outsiders why we even at this mess now, why are you even doing this? So everyone knew each other. So when truce was on, wow, that obviously I was a baby when things was good. before it got this started. But when Truth was on, that showed me, so I imagine it must have shown everyone else that was involved and been around how the hood was, because it was great. When I'm telling you, like, we're going raves, probably 100 man and women deep, but it's the gangs, it's Duke, it's Dodderton by this stage now, they've changed to Dodderton. We're all going together, and it's just us, Manchester.
Where was that? What
Everywhere we went London, we went Birmingham, we went Nottingham, we went Wolves, Leeds, you name it. We was all them raves.
And there was no trouble?
No trouble, not with us. Might have been a few scraps with Manchester against whoever, but at these points when Truth was on, wow, no, there's no. You get the odd little arguments when the summertime and that, obviously, which was understandable, but still at that point, no, there'd just be arguments and people would, just allow it, and then they go about the way and everything else.
Can you remember what carnival was like?
When the Truth was on?
Yeah.
Mad. Because people...
Because obviously I grew up in Moss Side, so I understand a bit about the carnival. Just tell us what that day must have been like.
When I say mad now, and I can only speak for my people, but I know both sides. I've got the luxury, and I call it it's a privilege. I call it a privilege, and I tell anyone that I've grown up on both sides of the spectrum, so I've seen it both sides. So when I'm saying it was great now, because you go in there with a peace of mind, knowing like it's not like in previous years when you stood up and you might have your strap on you and you're thinking rare, but you still got your strap. And it's mad, because I was saying to set people like, right, why would you bring your strap? But I know how man are thinking over that side as well, so okay. But yeah, man, that was how it was. Like, the police were redundant, they're there, but they're like, it's boring for them, because they want the tension and all this and that. So even I think that's what they've done. They got so bored, they ended up like, just grabbing man, you're on warrants from both gangs and all that, making a big thing in the carnival, you clowns. But yeah, them times there was great. Then unfortunately nothing lasted in it. So then yeah, took a turn for the worse again. But good times. I think everyone would say that them rave times was good. Yeah. Really shows the potential of what, if everyone was together.
Sounds like you had a really good parental. It sounds like your mum really looked out for you. Your parents really looked out for you.
My mum raised all of us. I know who my dad is, and he's in my life now because unfortunately my queen's not here. But yeah, my mum raised me. She raised me.
So, I'm assuming she wouldn't have wanted you to get involved with these things.
No.
So, what do you think? Because you had a good upbringing, a good role model. What do you think was your influence in becoming involved?
Family members, and yeah, I know I said to you about my brother, but like family members, like I say, I've got family over this side and I've got family on that side. Yeah, so I've seen my older cousins, I've seen them, and they started off selling drugs, then they're in the gang. Once I've done my education and know like, so you're Dodderton, and it got to a point of, like you say, my mum just wanted the best, but as all mums do, I'm not gonna sit here. A lot of people who probably watch this that know me, they know my mum innit, know what kind of woman she is. But I'd say that for all mums, I just get that on the record now, yeah. The 97% in the hood when we were growing up, it was just the mums, absolute super women. They are just the mums, yeah. In this mad environment where it's black on black crime, and the dads were about, but the dad's not coming like, how mad's this? As now a man with me, I've got 2 sons. So for me, to one of them die, I'm gonna grab the other one. I'm gonna grab him like, okay, I didn't really do much with my mum, but I'm gonna come and grab this one. And it's not just me, that's just a scenario. My mum had boys and 1 girl to my dad. So he's got a whole bunch of us here. But it just didn't happen like that. So to that question, yeah, for me, our mums, I don't know, from our sides, I don't know no one's mum who was bad. You got a few mums who influenced the thing. I suppose people might say they were bad mums, fair enough, but in the general, the mums in our hood was raising these kids on their own. And it's not like, well, I can only speak for the friends I know on both sides. It's not like the kind of stories that you hear today where the kids are badding up the mums and slapping up the mums and you can't. Nah, like, it was our morals and respecting it, like, our mums showing us right from wrong. It was just our choices to do what we was doing. And like I say, 97% of the mums was not condoning. So I couldn't come in, when I was started selling drugs, I couldn't come in with flashes of money and, oh yeah, mum did it. No. I had to be very strategic with even the clothes and things that I brought. I'd have to come in and I could always, oh, my big brother's done this, or do you get what I'm saying? But then I weren't even flashy like enough people, enough of my friends when they started selling drugs. They just wanted to like buy clothes, jewelry and all that. I was totally the opposite.
Do you think Moss Side itself and the reputation it had at that time, do you think that had an influence on your choices?
No. I'd like no, because when I say this, the first time I actually held a gun was in school for the leader. And he was a good friend of mine who now, as we've done our final thing before we got to big mature, he's on that side and now I'm here. But me and him's always been tight. I met him in secondary school, me and him's been tight all the way. He brought this good in. I don't know where he got it from. I did ask him. We're at playtime now. We're at the back of the woods, smoking. Look what I've got. Pull this gun out the back. See, I'm not even an exciting kid, so everyone, let me see this. So I've just let everyone do what they're doing with it. So I think I might have said, what you doing with that? Why have you brought it into school? He said he was going somewhere after school with it. It's like, alright. After school, we've gone back to the woods now. This is when I want to play with it. I don't want to play with it in school. So I've took it out now. Straight away now. This is just from the films. Straight away just cocked it. Just pulled the thing out. It's real. Because I just wanted to see if it was real. I said, nah, how did you know how to do that? I said, nah, I know a bit about, I'm showing off now. I know a bit about him. How the fuck? First time I seen him. So I said, can I fire it? But I'm testing him now, like, have you really, is it really yours? Or have you lent it or took it from somewhere you shouldn't have? So can I fire it now? Because I know if you've took it from somewhere where you shouldn't have, they're gonna know how many rounds they had in their thing. So he said, nah, you can fire it. Bam, straight away in the tree. And I'll be honest, like, I've spoke to other friends about this and they're saying, yeah, the first time I shot a gun, like, this, like, thing that went through. I didn't have none of that. I'm not gonna gas you, I didn't have none of that. It was bing. But wow, looked at the tree, thought, wow, okay. Knew to wipe it, give it him back, that was me. So, no, I would have been, if my brother didn't get killed, nah, alright then, alright, yeah, you can't aggravate it then because I'm still thinking, my friend that died in the shop, that particular gang that killed him, as we get older now, find out mistaken identity. Nah. So I've never, just that alone has made me have a dislike to that gang. Just like, nah, never ever. So yeah, I would have, yeah. So maybe, yeah, I'd say maybe. But not as much as the next person.
Because I think you were talking about Benji.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because I grew up on Kensington Street and I remember that, and I remember it even having an effect on me. I was young, I was probably 6 or 7, like, but I remember thinking, it felt like it never happened to someone so young. Do Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, and I remember seeing his mum cry on the news and stuff, and it was huge news at the time. And that does have an effect on you. I didn't know the guy. Do you know what I mean? But it had an effect on me, so I can't imagine what it's like to have, for people who knew and loved him.
I'd say, I mean, I've had this conversation with a lot of my elders on my side, but then, like I say, because when it's all said and done, to be fair, I've got more family from where I've left over this side than over on that side. So the ones that I've had a conversation with, and I think everyone would be honest in this, there's a lot of trauma that's not even been helped, or no one's not even attempted to help in our hood. And I'm talking generation older than me to mine coming down, and it looks like history is going to repeat itself again with these kids. And hopefully, I hope not, because there's a lot of like yous, and there's a lot of these people that I hope they're doing it for the right reasons to save them. Because I mean, where we're at now, Powerhouse, that's Moorside Youth Club to me. Billy Hughes, Sir Billy Hughes, massive, one of the reasons why I'm stood here today, or sat here talking to you, massive. There's a few of them, but Billy Hughes, I'll always sing his trumpet more than any of the other youth workers. He went that extra. All the rest, I mean, other people say, oh, but this guy and that guy. I never seen them take us all out. Billy took us all out. He took huge study in. This gang and this gang. He took us on residentials. He formed a football team. That's how serious he was about all this thing. So I will never say to you, I'm not even going to say the names on camera, but people like to throw up a lot of other youth workers in that day. They can't hold a candle to Billy Hughes. I'm telling you that now. I can't hold a candle to that man.
Do you know where he is now?
Yes, I do. He's in the, is it Grenada or Trinidad? He's over them sides anyway, doing for them what he was doing for us. Because they treated him bad over here, but he was, I'd like to give him a shout out again, because he got my son at City. He was a coach at City.
Wow.
He was a coach. But they done him bad, this youth service thing. But yeah, he's over in one of them places. I've not spoken to him for a bit, but I am in touch with him still. And I mean, for a big man that he was, you remember, you know,
I don't know.
Big, huge man with a ball head. He's very humble, because even when I said all this before we went, he was crying. But I said, Billy, I'll tell anyone. So I'm glad I'm even getting the chance to put it on camera, because I've said it to his face, and I've said it to people. Come past, sir, come past. But yeah, he, and I think other people would say that, not just people my generation, and the older lot will say that you really nothing but love and respect for him. This is why I'm here. And a lot of other people would be honest and say that about him as well. Good man.
So, if you could go back, and if you had magic wands, so you could go back and give yourself some advice, when you like, say after your brother passed, and when things started to change for you, what would you say? What would be your advice to you?
My advice to myself now would have been, or then would have been, stay focused on your football. Stay focused. Again, not blowing my own trumpet, but if you could speak to some of the elders, they'd tell you, I really, I mean, there's a lot, again, there's so much talent in the hood, innit? So, I mean, some of it's getting now, but I'm talking our generation. I'm gonna name a few, man. Naru, Javin, Queely, Skipper, Levi, Gav Salmon, the list is endless. Curly, Farrell, there's so much hood. Carlos, but you know, we've all got a story to tell. But my advice would have been, so my sons, but it's not even about my sons, because they're not, I've not done and lived what I've lived for them to go down that path. So, but if it did, or a cousin, because I have got a few cousins that are on the borders, nephews and that, and this is what I tell them: find something and don't fall to this. And it weren't even peer pressure for me, like I said, and my life was good on both sides of it. Even when I changed over and started chilling with my cousins over them side, I was getting treated like royalty, and that was, I know, because of my brother. So even there were certain ones who like, and remember, I don't really know these, I'm getting to know you, but you're smothering me. Like, nah, I'm a big man, I can fight, I can, but everyone, oh, you can't end up like your brother. And so now, growing up, them ones, nothing but love and respect for them. A couple of them are not here, but yeah, man, yeah, that would be my major advice to myself as a young kid. Now, like, stay focused on the football, shut everything out.
So knowing that with this documentary is hoping to go out to young people who may be on that borderline, maybe on that track, is there anything you want to add or anything else you want to make sure you have said before we wrap it up?
Yeah. Talking to you young bucks now, you all know who you are, because I know a lot of you young bucks from all sides. Lads, there's a better way. I know some of you are getting to the point now where you're losing your friends and all that. Our thing here, what we're talking about, started off over bullshit. Somebody that's not even from the hood. And it's just called endless misery. There's a better way. Yes, my brother. You can do better things for yourself. Please stop. I know it's hard, I know some of you are too wrapped up in it, but it's just this ego thing, you know. It's this ego thing where, when I say the ego thing to you now, because like I say, I know how it is for some of you where you might think, I can't give this thing up because I've done this and this, and I can't put my thing down because man will still come for me. Because I know a few kids that would be willing, but they're at that stage, and it's hard because they ask me, and what can you really tell them? What can you tell him?
We were saying it yesterday. It's like in some respects you've got to experience it, but then if we have to try. Do you know what I mean?
Well, do you know what? I'd definitely like to, and I'm not even going to shout the names out on there again but they know who they are again. Shout out to the little lokes who could have went on with madness, but they didn't, because the kids that they was going to do madness to said to him, oh, I know B knows my dad. So nothing but love and respect to you for that, seriously, from the bottom of my heart. And I wish a lot more of you would be like that. And just think and pause, and because all of you kids, you don't even realise that your parents know each other, and we went to school together, and it's just history repeating itself, because my dad went to school, and the other dads and the other mums went to school with the mums and the dads, and they've had to watch the sons and that kill each other, and then they're still friends. That's the maddest thing. Me growing up, that was one of the maddest things that I couldn't get around my head. Like, wow, you still talk to these people? And I hear that now as a big man, like, wow, but it's not the dad that's done anything. But I just try and put me in that position of me with my kids now, and something like that happen. I don't want to communicate with no one. But I think that's the old me. God forbid I wouldn't even want that pain that I know that some of my people have experienced with their kids. I wouldn't even want that pain, because it's hurt me just to know. You get what I'm saying? So I couldn't even imagine it. But we've got to find solutions. We really have to, man. Really have to.
Bro, thank you for your candidness, man.
Thank you.
For your candidness.
Thank you. It's the first time I've ever really
Thank you so much, man.
talked about stuff.
But that's what it was poised and it was thought.
And it was,
like, it's not, I can tell that wasn't what you said there. It wasn't something that was just off the cuff. Do you know what I mean? Even if it was off the cuff, it's not me to
Don't be a pilot on nobody else's paper plane.
I'm there waiting to come and say hello. Ned.
In case the words never surface on a face-to-face.